Sara Paxton was your average girl, skateboarder, coffee shop barista, and comic book dreamer. She loved the calm of Maple Creek, where the biggest news was the annual bake sale. Her life was simple doodling superheroes, hanging with her best friend Leo, and perfecting her kickflip. She never imagined her world would change. Adventures were for comic books, not real life. But as the sun set over Maple Creek one quiet evening, fate was already at work. Sara's ordinary days were about to end. On a routine Tuesday, Sara's life changed forever. She was just another face in the crowd, headphones on, letting her favourite song drown out the city's noise. Music was her escape, her comfort, a way to make the world feel a little less overwhelming. Lost in the rhythm, she barely noticed the people rushing past, the honking cars or the distant shouts. But fate has a way of finding us when we least expect it. Suddenly, out of the corner of her eye, she saw a car barreling down the street, its tires screeching as it sped toward a young boy in the crosswalk. Time seemed to slow, the music fading into a distant hum as panic surged through her. Without thinking, Sara's instincts kicked in. She tore off her headphones and sprinted toward the boy, her heart pounding in her chest. Every step felt like a lifetime, but she pushed herself faster, desperate to reach him before disaster struck. As she reached out, something impossible happened. A surge of blue energy erupted from her hands, crackling with electricity. The air shimmered around her fingertips, and for a split second, the world seemed to freeze. In the blink of an eye, Sara and the boy were standing safely on the curb, hearts racing, breaths coming in short gasps. She looked around, disoriented, trying to process what had just happened. The car sped past, missing them by mere inches, its driver oblivious to the miracle that had just occurred. The boy stared up at her, eyes wide with amazement. "You're like a superhero," he gasped, his voice trembling with excitement and awe. Sara looked down at her hands, still tingling with energy, her mind racing. She couldn't believe what she'd just done. Was it adrenaline? A trick of the light? Or something more? That night, unable to sleep, Sara sat on her bed, replaying the moment over and over. She closed her eyes, focused, and tried to summon the spark again, hoping, fearing, wondering if it was real. Slowly, a faint blue light flickered at her fingertips, growing brighter with her concentration. The sensation was electric, both terrifying and exhilarating. Sara stared in awe, realizing the truth. She had powers. Something inside her had awakened, something extraordinary. As she gazed out her window into the night, Sara knew her quiet, ordinary life was over. The world had changed, and so had she. Sara turned to Leo, her science-obsessed best friend, for help. She'd always trusted him with her secrets, but this was different. This was about powers she barely understood, and a future she couldn't yet imagine. Leo, ever the inventor, was instantly fascinated. He promised to help her figure things out, no matter how strange or dangerous it got. In a dusty warehouse on the edge of town, Leo transformed the space into a makeshift training ground. He set up obstacle courses with cones, hurdles, and even a few old tires. With a stopwatch in hand, he timed Sara's superspeed runs, pushing her to go faster and farther each time. The air buzzed with excitement and nervous energy as they experimented with her abilities, never quite sure what would happen next. Sara crashed into walls, stumbled over cones, and accidentally zapped a few metal shelves with bursts of blue electricity. Each mistake left her a little more bruised, but also a little more determined. She discovered she wasn't just fast. She was strong, able to lift heavy crates with ease, and her hands crackled with energy she could barely control. Every fall was a lesson, every spark a clue to what she could become. Realizing Sara needed protection, Leo designed her a suit, dark blue with silver accents, built for speed and durability. He added reinforced panels and special gloves to help her channel her electricity safely. The suit wasn't just practical. It made Sara feel like she was stepping into a new identity, one that was powerful and ready for anything. Training was grueling. Sara pushed herself harder than ever before, running drills until her muscles ached and her lungs burned. She collected bruises and scrapes, but with every setback she learned a little more control. Leo cheered her on, always ready with encouragement or a new idea to help her improve. Slowly, Sara's confidence grew. She started to believe that her powers weren't just a burden, they could be a force for good. She imagined helping people, making a difference in ways she'd never dreamed possible. The warehouse became her sanctuary, a place where she could dream of being more than just a girl with strange abilities. With Leo's unwavering support, Sara felt ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. Their friendship grew stronger with every training session, every shared laugh, and every hard-won victory. Together, they were a team, one that could take on anything. Sara was becoming something new, a hero in the making, ready to step out of the shadows and into the light. She stood tall, feeling the weight of responsibility and the thrill of possibility. And just in time, too. Because Maple Creek, her quiet hometown, was about to need a hero more than ever before. Trouble hit Maple Creek. Dr. Static, a vengeful scientist, plunged the city into darkness. His suit, powered by stolen electricity, made him nearly unstoppable. On the news, he threatened, "I control the power now. This is just the beginning." Sara watched, heart pounding. This was her moment. Leo warned, "His suit feeds on the city's power. You'll need a plan." The source was clear. The Grand Maple Bridge. Sara suited up. It was time to face her first real villain. The Grand Maple Bridge glowed eerily, bathed in Dr. Static's pulsing green energy. The city below was silent, its usual hum replaced by an anxious stillness. Every street lamp and window was dark, the only light coming from the bridge itself, a beacon of danger and defiance. The air crackled with electricity, and the tension was palpable as the city held its breath, waiting to see who would emerge victorious from this showdown. High above the river, Sara zipped up the thick steel cables, her heart pounding in her chest. She moved with determination, every muscle tensed for the confrontation ahead. As she reached the top of the tower, she found Dr. Static waiting, his suit sparking with raw power. The wind whipped around them, but Sara stood her ground, ready to face him. "Party's over," she declared, her voice steady despite the danger. Without hesitation, Static unleashed a barrage of green lightning, but Sara's super speed kicked in. She darted and weaved, dodging each attack with agility and focus, never losing sight of her opponent. Blue and green energy clashed in a spectacular display, lighting up the night sky. Sparks flew as their powers collided, each blow echoing across the empty bridge. The battle was fierce, with neither side willing to give an inch. The city's fate hung in the balance as the two adversaries fought with everything they had. Static's blasts were relentless and powerful. One caught Sara off guard, sending her crashing to the ground. For a moment, she struggled to catch her breath, pain radiating through her body. But then she remembered Leo's advice: cut his power at the source. Gritting her teeth, she forced herself to stand, determination burning in her eyes. Thinking quickly, Sara created a diversion, drawing Static's attention away from the cables that fed his suit. She darted to the side, using her agility to stay one step ahead, and spotted the thick, glowing cables pulsing with energy. With a surge of blue energy, Sara struck, severing the cables in a shower of sparks. The power feeding Static's suit flickered, then died, leaving him vulnerable and exposed atop the tower. "No! My power!" he shouted, his voice echoing across the bridge as his suit went dark. Defeated, Dr. Static collapsed to his knees, powerless. Sara stood over him, victorious, not just in strength, but in wit and courage. As Sara looked out over the city, the lights began to flicker back to life, one by one. The darkness lifted, replaced by a warm, hopeful glow. The people of the city cheered from their windows, grateful for their hero's bravery. The battle for the bridge was over, and Sara had saved the night. With Static powerless, Sara disabled his machine as police arrived. She watched the sunrise from the bridge, pride swelling in her chest. She'd saved Maple Creek, not just with powers, but with courage and smarts. Back at Leo's, he cheered, "You did it! They're calling you the Blue Streak!" Sara laughed, feeling the joy of making a difference. She was no longer just a barista or a dreamer, she was a hero. The adventures of the Blue Streak had only just begun. Maple Creek was safe for now.